G'day everyone, I'm back in America doing what I do when I'm not on the farm. It's a bit of a roadshow. For example, yesterday I spoke to all the mathematics supervisors for the state of Virginia. But it's a weekend now, the sun is out, I've grabbed a rental car and I'm heading about 2 hours west to a place which is extremely well known for its regenerative agriculture. And it's called the Polyface Farm.
Life on the farm at Seven Hills Estate is far from ordinary.
We've had a calf. One of our 8 cows drops a calf, our first for the season.
After leaving behind the hustle of city living, James and Michelle transformed their Sunshine Coast hinterland weekend getaway into a full-time home.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
Between battling droughts, fires and torrential rains, they dedicate their time to cultivating a syntropic food forest, restoring rainforests, revegetating the land, or simply unwinding with family and friends as the animals graze. This year marks a new chapter as they kick off their most ambitious project yet. The first stage of their eco-farm stay, featuring 3 cosy cabins and a barbecue kitchen that will offer a peaceful escape for visitors. But challenges are never far behind.
Look at that. Oh.
Will unpredictable weather, local regulations or budget issues get in the way of their dream launch? Join them on this journey through the highs and lows as they bring their boldest vision to life. And discover what it truly means to make life better on the farm. This is Seven Hills Estate.
You see this a lot in America. You see the opposing lanes separated with a heavy row of trees, and for safety reasons that makes a lot of sense. I guess for a number of reasons. You can't easily leave the road and run into the traffic driving the other direction. You don't get that night time. It's just easier night driving because you don't have lights in your eyes. I guess another good reason is it prevents rubbernecks on this side from checking out accidents on the other side and slowing down traffic. It was a really pleasant drive, but it's a very windy day, so it's going to make the audio on this recording a bit sketchy. It's really interesting. They have an open door policy, a commercial farm, and anyone's allowed to come here 24/7 and look around. They say just you can walk in, check anything you like, but do not come to our houses and bother us. So that's a pretty fair deal. It's amazing. You just wouldn't see that at home. But the open door, because they want everyone, they got nothing to hide. They want to show everyone what they're doing. It's a safer, healthier way to produce food. That must be expensive. They use the propane to heat these sheds with all the little chicks in. The shed is standard height of a shed. You can put a tractor in it. So I don't know why it has to be so tall. It just takes more heat. You can hear there's more chicks in here. So you might be wondering why it's called Polyface Farm and why regenerative agriculture. Well, Polyface Farm, I believe, is, they farm in many faces, so they got a lot happening here, in other words. They breed pigs, beef cattle. These rabbits are raised as breeders. They sell them. I think they use it also for meat. Chicken meat, ducks, geese. They got a lot happening. I don't believe they grow anything. It's just breeding the animals. And why does this place interest me? Well, as I say, it's a regenerative farm, and at Seven Hills Estate we've been the last 4 years practicing the basic principles of regenerative farming. And so back in the 80s they started kicking around the word of sustainability, but it's just not good enough anymore to sustain the place, sustain the land. Gee, if we did that, we're sort of going backwards in a way, I feel. You know, we have to improve it, and it starts with the soil. So that's one of the main practices, is really improving the microbiology of the soil. But there's other practices too, and what we're doing, you know, with the syntropic orchard, that's all in line with regenerative principles. We're not using, it's all organic. We're trying to slow the flow of water on the property to try to hydrate the soil. We greatly reduced, if not removed, chemicals from the system. And one of my favourites is really just trying to increase our biodiversity of plants, but also animals on the farm. So they use these big dome tunnels, I guess they are, to store all the wood chips. So they are a massive wood chipper, and they tidy up the place, not for the sake of tidying up, but they take the old wood has fallen from the they call it the woods here, but fallen from the forest, I guess, and they chip it and they put it in here during winter, and they dry it out, and they use it as a bedding for the animals during the winter, and they also use it as mulch on the pastures as well. I'll have to get myself one of these wood chippers one day, maybe one that goes on the back of the tractor. This large mill looks like another facet of the farm, another face of the farm, if you like. Nice planks there. Aha, look at that. Every farm should have a posse. Imagine how good this is. I mean, this stuff here is about, it's up to my belt. So it's, you know, almost 3 feet of manure and grass and hay, and oh, how good would that be on the garden? I believe that's what they do. They just take it out and use all these big spreaders they have and put it on the pasture. Organic fertiliser. Oh man, I wish Michelle was here. She'd just love this. Yeah, we hope to get some pigs one day. I'll use them to, we'll move them around and use them to root up the blade grass. It's on the paddocks that are no good for anything. So, you know, but we'll give it a try. We're not in the business of farming, we're in the business of ecotourism, but we can certainly use them to improve things. And that's one of the principles of regenerative farming, is using the animals to help you improve the land and the soil. Something we don't have to consider in Australia is just storing enough feed for the winter. Once the snow falls, you can get feet of snow, so you have to move all the animals indoors, and you've got to be able to feed them with something. So you have to store and grow a lot of feed during the warmer season, and bring it out for the animals during the winter. And they have to create all that bedding for them too. This chicken coop is clearly after its use by date, but they have many of these out at the back, and as soon as it warms up enough, they'll take those little chicks out of the houses I showed you earlier, and they put, I believe, up to 80 of these, 80 chickens that is, in each of these little hen houses, and they move them every single day. They cover a huge amount of acreage, just moving these around every single day, giving the chickens fresh food. So that's it for Polyface Farm. Joel Sullerton is the original farmer there, and he's the face of the farm today. So you might want to check out one of his 2 or 3 YouTube channels he has. I certainly learned a lot from him.
Before James left for America, he and Ross discussed plans to landscape the smaller Jetty area.
This will be garden all the way back that way.
Yes.
Yeah, and the path, if you can get the fall right, we come up towards the excavator now. Can we have a series of long steps?
Not for a wheelchair, but you have nearly 8.
Batting it back that way and back that way,
Yeah.
and having a set of stairs.
Yeah, well, that's right. Might be able to have the boat.
But
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we were with James talking about this next project. We're going to put a pathway down to the jetty down there, but we want to try and keep it gradual down the way we go, so the wheelchairs possibly might be able to use it. So we'll cross over the drain here. We'll put a little timber deck across there. We'll bring it back to a 1200 path along the way. And we thought we'd go through the garden and just meander around there and see how we go. Get a few more plants in here, and
We might have to relocate a couple, but that's okay.
it's down along here, and then where the rocks come out, that edge there, we'll bring that across under here and drain the water down into the dam through there. So we'll just continue the rocks, make a bit of a dry creek bed through there, and clear
And then
that
what
up.
will you do across here? Will we
We'll
do
put a little
something?
bridge across the rocks then, so you can go straight across. And then we'll turn the rest of the area into gardens. All this grassed area will be all gardens, so there's no mowing on the steep slopes and stuff. So
Nicole at work, rather than behind the camera all the time. Let me get all the rocks out, Michelle.
Yep.
Good project for us. So Ross and Nicole have collected the rocks and now we're unpacking them. Woohoo! That's where they're gonna go. It's gonna look fantastic when it's finished. We're so dedicated, we even work in the rain. Look at you, Michelle. Look at you. Show me your shirt. Oh, let's not. That's it. We got to get it done. And Ross is out there too. Give us a wave, Ross. That's it.
So the rain is really coming down. We can't do any more outside jobs at the moment, so we're going to have to try and dry off and do some inside jobs.
In the last episode, work had begun on the dog enclosure.
And we're going to make a dog enclosure underneath this awning here. Fully undercover, there's water right here, we'll have a couple of gates.
With the rain moving in, it's time to get back into it and finish this project.
Oscar went straight out. From you high.
Okay.
No, stay. Come on. Come here, Yoki. Oscar. Come on. All finished. We put the latch over.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All the gates are done.
Our dogs are a big part of our life, especially now that we're empty nesters. So we're keen to find or create a bigger space to keep them on those days where we just got to leave the farm for extended periods. And how good is this?
Okay, it's another wet day. So we're off to get some timber posts for the day area.
These 2 posts that Ross and Nicole are picking up today will stand on the end of the kitchen block that's inside the big dam that we call the day area. Michelle and I originally wanted recycled timber for its character, but we simply couldn't source it in the time frame that we had.
Look at them, aren't they amazing?
The owner of this mill, which is only about an hour's drive north of us, was particularly helpful when we built the arbour beside the orchard about 12 months ago. So I was very happy when I gave him a call and he said he had a couple of posts just sitting in the yard.
Michelle?
I just love it. They're just fantastic.
They're nice and big, aren't they?
I
Huge.
know. It's going to be
Absolutely
such
huge.
a nice piece all oiled up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Here's cabin 1. Look at that framing. These builders have been battling the elements today. Was busting down earlier and the poor things had to keep working. Looks like we may have some more rain later. Look at this progress. Awesome.
Anything to keep James happy.
We've got Zane here today and he's doing the welding of all of these braces. So why do you do that, Jacob? What's that?
So this wire there, they're just cleaning up all the spoil,
Yeah.
and they'll have another coat of cold galvanizing, and then we'll have to go over again with this 2-pack paint. to seal it all back up again. Because the welds heat up all the paint and break the layer, and then it's raw seal again, so it'll rust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's this little alcove here? Is that the kitchen?
That's kitchen.
So you walk in straight under the kitchen, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, and then what, a lounge and a fireplace in that?
Fireplace in there, and I suppose I think he's going to build like a TV bulkhead down maybe or something.
Oh, yeah.
Have the TV up on that wall.
Yeah. Oh, that's looking good.
And I think that big window there is like a big fixed glass.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
So
that'll be
that's
a nice
big
view.
fixed one. Just look down under
Yeah.
the dam.
Another cupboard here, is it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they're putting in there actually. That's going to be a lot of cupboard space for a cabin, but
Yeah.
you can't go wrong, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is the ensuite with the big spa, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, I think you walk straight through a big square set opening and then look straight at the spa, and it's in that corner there.
What are these posts for, Jai?
These are for the front carport at the front of the house here.
They're very nice. Look at that timber.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, they there's I don't know what the time limit is, but it's quite that stuff. Yeah. Yep. Oh god. Yeah, we had the old trade sale up here the other day to keep us here for a while because it just kept coming over. We couldn't, we at least got somewhere to put tools. So so we just had that set up in the middle. Just kept it.
So this is a little veranda out here for cabin 1. So the boys have been working on it all day by the looks of things. Look at that. How impressive. Look at the view you'll get from here. How nice.
I said that to Trev the other day and he pissed himself laughing.
The council only allows us to have 60 square metres of internal floor space. So given that this cabin is a one-bedder, it is simply more spacious. So with that reason, and the fact that it has a large bath and a king-size bed, we've always called it the honeymoon suite, and is by far my favourite. Well, I've come to the end of my US trip, finishing with 4 days work here in Hawaii. While I was on Oahu, I visited a small organic farm, so I really plan to bring that to you sometime in a future episode. Michelle and I always use our travel time to take opportunities to learn more. So if you have a special place in mind, please drop it in the comments for us. It might be a commercial farm like Polyface Farm. It might be an eco farm stay that's simply doing some really good things. Or it may simply be a local farmer who knows that life is better on the farm. I can't wait to get home.